Okay, this is to show you what your draft script could look like once I've finished doing my feedback, and how to use that feedback, but also how to remove the feedback once you've fixed it all up and you want to then print it as your final script. Alright, so I'm using the C exemplar, should be fairly familiar, but this is without the columns. And the first thing I do, so when I open up your script, I will immediately save it with your name. So, whoops, Joe Blogs, just a random name, English assignment with comments. So I'll always add with comments, and that is the document that I'll send back to you when I email back your draft. So you'll open it up and have it with comments. So I go to review and I click on track changes, and that tracks everything that I do to your script, and you'll see that it shows up and highlights anything that I've done, but doesn't interfere with what you've done. Okay. I also have all markup showing, and as we go along you'll see what that looks like. So first thing I do, if it's not already there, I go and put your name in the header. This is the header part of your document. As you can see, it comes up in red and underlined. So that is tracking the change that I have made. Okay. So I need to just invent a few bits of feedback to give you here. So the first thing, because I haven't changed the exemplar, so I've noticed that you haven't actually put your name in. You know, this person hasn't put their name in. So I've got to my review and I'm going to add a comment, and most of my feedback will be coming in these comments on the side, and I'll write something like, you have forgotten to insert your name. Alright, so there's a comment. So these will come up on the side, you can click on it and it highlights the bit that it's referring to. I may have more than one comment for each paragraph, but when you sort of put your mouse over the comment, it shows you which bit I'm talking about. Okay. So I read through and I will have a look at things, and then I'll give you all kinds of different feedback. So for instance, with this sentence here, I'm going to write sentence structure, because I think that this sentence could be written in a much better way. For instance, I would start it with I believe. I believe many children will enjoy collecting and playing with your product, the Rebel Pebble. So I'm sort of giving you a suggestion that maybe there's something about the way this sentence is put together that could be improved. Okay. So it'll be mostly suggestions. It might be, you have forgotten to do something, or it might be, oh, have you thought about adding this, that kind of thing. So for instance, in this paragraph when we're talking about the colour, talking about making one rock blue in the exemplar, I'm going to highlight this little bit about blue, and I'm going to add, so what associations do we have with the colour blue? So that's me suggesting that you could go on and add that not only does the blue stand out from the black and white background, but we have certain feelings associated with the colour blue, and so your choice to use that colour also is to bring out these feelings from somebody looking at your ad. Okay, so including those extra sorts of meaning. So I might write some questions to make you think a little bit harder about what you've written. If there are spelling mistakes, so there actually aren't any spelling mistakes in this exemplar because it was written by a teacher. I'm going to add a spelling mistake, which you can see because, you know, it's tracking my changes. But if there's a spelling mistake, I will highlight it. Whoops. Okay, we'll do it that way. However, it's not my job to edit your document. That is your job. So you have to proofread, find the mistakes and fix the mistakes. But I will highlight occasional things or something that you've done a few times. So I will highlight it I generally don't write a comment about it, but it's spelling. So if it's a highlight, it's spelling. So you need to check through your whole document to see if maybe you need to check the spelling of a particular word all the way through. Okay, so your document could end up looking like, so I'm just going to put in some fairly random highlights, comments. So, oh, nice rhetorical question. So I put in things like, you know, great, I love that line, this is really good, yeah, awesome, but also suggestions for how you can improve your script. So when you open your script, it could look like this, and go, oh, I thought Ms Jenian was putting comments on, I don't see any comments. You need to make sure you come to this review tab and go all markup, and then, oops, there are all the comments, alright? So you go through my comments, hopefully they make sense and you can then use them to improve your script. Alright, if I've made a comment and you just don't know what I mean, then that's what we talk about in class. You ask me, what does this comment mean? I don't really know what you want me to do with that. Alright. The other thing I might do is down here, I might put some little, don't forget to, or you need to include a conclusion. So this would be a little to-do list. This is like, oh, you know, if you've got some arrows down the bottom, it's like things you really need to do to your script. Like you really need to do these ones. These are kind of less suggestions, more a to-do list. Alright. So that's what I send you. Okay. So you get this. We work on it in class, and you make the corrections, or you make the improvements, and you really work on it and see how much better you can make your script. And you think, right, I've finished. Okay, what am I going to do now? So once you've added your name, so my name is Jo Blogs. Okay, so I've done that, so I can remove this now. So you right click, delete comment. Okay, fix that one. To go on to the next one, you might change the sentence structure. Okay, fix that. So you can delete that. Obviously you need to just delete these. You need to delete any highlights that I've done, so you have to do those manually. That's why I do it, so that you have to go in and actually physically fix it. So I'm going to take that away. So no colour, and I'll just fix that spelling again. 2 tracks in. So you're fixing spelling. And you want to print it out. Okay, but all these marks keep coming up when you print it out. When you go to print it out, you need to make sure you go and change to no markup. So no markup doesn't show any of my changes. So any of those little highlighted red colours, all that kind of stuff. So you're just left with, whoops, oh, I've forgotten to do this, let's get rid of this. So you're just left with your script, all fixed up, improved, finalised and finished, beautiful. And you can print that, and it doesn't have anything left on it. Okay, so hopefully that shows you what to expect, what to do with the feedback that I give you, and then how to tidy it up at the end before you print it out to submit it as a final. Okay, bye.